Hello, and welcome to week 4 of the UNPL Spring Fling. I'm Zan, the coach of the Hydrays. We're currently 2-1. We're looking to stay positive in every sense of the way you could take that. And our opponent this week is Nuglo, who at least made the docks, which look amazing. But I've definitely seen his name around. So yeah, if you look at the items here, you're going to see we have a very hyper offensive team other than the AV Malamar. We have like body press, rest talk, iron defense, Cobalion, which I really like the idea of. Hopefully it works a little better than when we tried it with iron hands. I guess we'll find out. And I'm gonna send him our Tera type. Oh, he has both Tera caps. Yikes. Okay, this is not quite the team I anticipated. There's no Bronzong, and the whole reason I didn't bring Clodsire was because of Bronzong. So that's a little frustrating. I had a really bulky Clodsire, but it just, you know, its dual stab is Bronzong's immune. So no Morgrim, which is fine. No Sliggoo. Both Tera caps. Tera ground, Granbull, and ice set tile. So it sounds like he had Clodsire covered anyway. Jolteon's there. No Piloswine. No Bronzong. 1, 2, 3. Still one too many. No Noivern. Okay, we take that. I did not bring Claude. No Flygon. It kind of looked good. No Bombirdier. No Arboliva. No Glaceon. We are making some changes to this team this week, so that's kind of exciting. We're definitely going to be a lot more offensive. We have a dedicated lead, and it is this Cincinno. It should always beat Kleavor in the 1v1, get rid of hazards, and hopefully knock out Kleavor, because that's almost certainly his lead, right? If it's anything else, we have Endeavor, so if he knocks us down to our Sash and we tidy up, we can then Endeavor and at least get something to 1 health, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. He has a cool team. He's 0-3, I believe, and in no way does that say anything about his skill. I think he's had some really tough matchups, honestly, and gotten some unlucky moments, I believe. I haven't got a chance to watch. But Nuglo is a good battler, and I'm excited for this one. I think there's a great chance we lose, honestly, but we're here to have fun. Honestly, the transactions I made, a lot of them were kind of to have more fun, to either use 1 Pokemon that I've used before and really liked, and 3 Pokemon that I've not used or not used much or in a long time. So he leads with the Jolteon, which honestly is not best case, because if he Volt Switches here, that's a little bit annoying for us because it won't knock us to Sash, so our Endeavor won't be as good. So if we switch to Jolteon, yeah, Volt Switch is doing about half to us. If it's Specs, it's doing 2/4. If he Scarfed Thunderbolt here, then he just beats me straight up. But I am going to go for an immediate tidy up, I believe, because that will make us faster than this and everything else. So, a little funny of a lead. Obviously, Kleavor you always anticipate to be the lead. So, that was just kind of my guess going into this, was he would want to lead Kleavor. We have another really goofy set with mostly physical, what is it called? Mostly physical Regieleki with Life Orb with 0 speed. So he goes into the Granbull. He's going to get an Intimidate off, but that's okay with me, because we're going to immediately go back up to neutral. So we can look at Granbull. There's no base set for Granbull in the calc either, which is just such a headache. Max health from neutral is taking less than half from a Rock Blast. And even if he's no attack investment, I bet a Play Rough 2-shots us. Yeah, pretty easily 2-shots us. So this is not a great initial matchup for me. But I mean, I don't have anything that comes in on Tera Ground Granbull. So maybe I just try to hit it with 2 Rock Blasts and get it down really low. That seems like an okay play. I hope. We'll find out. Granbull's a tough one. Obviously, if he Tera Grounds here, he devours the Rock Blast, but then I think a Triple Axle will actually knock him out. So yeah, Triple Axle after a Rock Blast is looking like a roll between the 2 attacks to knock him out if he's max health. But we never land a Rock Blast to save our life. It's about the most frustrating thing in the world. We've missed 2 out of 3 Rock Blasts of our career. And it's honestly starting to make me a little bit salty. So Grand Bull is a ground type with EQ. We have no EQ switch-ins. We didn't bring Flygon. We didn't bring Bombirdier. That's frustrating, man. I mean, our tech is ruined. We can Endeavor and knock him down to 100 HP. I kind of like that. I was going to triple Axle predicting the ground Tera, but Endeavor hits everything because he doesn't have a Ghost. Which was kind of why I was okay bringing like Sash Ceruledge. Because if he doesn't have a Ghost, then we can always spin with Regieleki, assuming he doesn't get something like super boosted and super fast. So yeah, how is your all's week going? We're almost halfway through 2024, which is kind of crazy. Knock him way low, so that's great. So that almost guarantees that his Tera Cap is going to be Sceptile, in my opinion. All we know is he's Earthquake Intimidate. That Endeavor made it look like he was like max health. I guess I can see how much an Earthquake does to Cincinno, because we were at 100 health, so he did 191. So it looks to be no attack Grand Bull, or close to it. I mean, I could go into this. Malamar, get a superpower off. Superpower looks like, unless he's max defense, it's always KOing. I mean, we could definitely go into Primarina. We could definitely go into Regieleki, but I don't really want to give that set away yet. I guess we could. Like, what does he do about that? Wait, I deleted one too many Pokemon off this list. I kind of like Malamar. Ugh, this is tough. I think I'm actually going to go... Yeah, we're going to go Malamar. I know there's some mind games involved with this turn, but I think a Psycho Cut should always knock him out. Yeah, Psycho Cut, unless he's super defensive. I don't know. Maybe Superpower is better. It will give us a defense boost. Shoot, what Pokemon did I leave off of my thing? Tauros. Oh, never mind. Tauros is here. It just doesn't have a picture. I forget. So obviously it's kind of a 50-50, but I think if I Tera Superpower, I think we're in good shape. If he's max defense, he lives it, but he can't Tera. And then if we get to +1, then yeah, it's only doing about a quarter. So I'm okay with this. Because either it knocks him out if he Teras, or it doesn't knock him out and it's non-stab Earthquake. So I think it's pretty much a win-win. We can go ahead and get this set up and get it going early. After this goes down, his best answers to it are not clear. I don't see any real Psychic or ground coverage on the rest of what he has. Obviously, he could be Earthquake on Sceptile, but Sceptile's attack is pretty bad until it gets a Swords Dance up, and since we know it's Tera Ice, Superpower is pretty free into it, if not Tera Blast. So we have options. We got the Tera Malamar, it's pretty cool to see. He also Tera, so the Superpower should guaranteed knock him out. I think. And hopefully he's not fast. I think we always outspeed Grand Bull, but hopefully he doesn't have any crazy tricks. So we both Tera, which is pretty cool. Tera in the same turn, and we do get a superpower off. Wait, he burned his Tera, so he can't be Tera on Sceptile anymore. So that's fine with me. So we get our boost. So Grand Bull's gone, but it did not leave without getting a KO. So Cincinno is now chilling at 0-1, but we don't have to worry about it in the future. It's gone from our team. It's weird as a removal option. It's so frail, and obviously all it knows how to do is miss 90% accurate moves, so I'm not wasting my time with it. So he's got Tauros Blaze, Tentacruel, Jolteon, and what is his last? He's got Sceptile and Kleavor. Cleaver would hurt here. The thing is, his best coverage to hit me are his physical mons, and none of them have great coverage for a poison type. And we're already boosted to +1, and then we're AV for special attacks, so we're looking pretty good. I actually forget, was Tentacruel one of the Pokemon that got Scald back? Let me check real quick. Tentacruel looks like it only gets Surf, so Kleavor is his bringing of choice, so he definitely can set rocks here if he chooses. If we look, we're Tera Poison. Standard Kleavor is doing 33, about a third with Stone Axe. Superpower plus knockoff, or 2 superpowers, always knocks him out in return. So I am just going to go for that. This doesn't get Earthquake. I thought it did for a long time, but it doesn't. Let's just go for Stone Axe. We will have to spin those away. Wow, that was strong. 232. So that did 38%. So it has to be some kind of boosting item. What the boosting item is, I'm not sure, but it has to be some kind of boost, because that normally would do, looks like 136. Is that right? And it did 142 if I'm mathing correctly. So it's at least adamant. Obviously I can just go for another superpower, and he could bring in Tentacruel here, but I'm okay with that because then I'll be at +3. Shouldn't have anything. Yeah, he just Stone Axes again. Still knocks us pretty low. We're down to 123 now. We do knock him out. We are at +3/+3. So we're burning our Malamar early. I was kind of hoping it would be like a mid to late game mon, because especially with Toxic Spikes, Tentacruel comes in and sets us up now. It could be annoying, but we have great coverage. We knock out everything else on his team right now. The problem is some things might also knock us out. So I can get rid of Cleavor, and I can get rid of Granbull and Tera on Sceptile, because it can no longer transform. Hopefully, it was Tera Blast Sceptile with Tera Blast Ice to deal with our Ice Weak Pokemon that I guess I didn't bring. Oh, like Flygon and Clodsire, of course. So that's probably why he didn't need the Tera on the Sceptile. That actually makes a ton of sense. So, yeah, I don't really want to know what he wants to go into here. We're AV, so Jolteon. If it's not Specs, it's not knocking us out with Thunderbolt. It has to be some kind of boosting item. Chooses Tauros. Gonna give us another boost if it's Intimidate. It is Intimidate, so we're at +4, which is really cool. This is why I love Malamar. I mean, I see Raging Bull doing 14 to 17%. Psycho Cut is a clean KO on this. +4. I mean, yeah, Tera Blast and Superpower are a roll, but there's no reason to risk that. I can just go for Psycho Cut. It is Earthquake, so it's super effective. This might KO us. It does not KO. All right, Malamar takes another one. Psycho Cut will knock out the Tauros. Let me just check that damage, just out of curiosity. About 100. Yeah, I mean, it's standard Tauros. It wasn't like banded. A banded Earthquake would have knocked us out. It does go into Tentacruel now, which is kind of perfect for me because I can spin on this. The funny thing is, he has to have some kind of special coverage, which I assume he does, but at least the base Tentacruel in the calc only has physical moves. But yeah, if this has Surf, yeah, it knocks me out. It's fine. I'll just go for Psycho Cut again. Malamar did a great job. Yeah, it does have Surf. Totally fine. Will knock us out, but Malamar put in so much work for its farewell game. Thank you to my favorite squid in the world. I'm sorry I dropped you a little bit now, but it's all good. So the bull is gone. That means he has Jolteon, Sceptile, Tentacruel. So how do we win with what we have left? Primarina is about the most useless Pokemon in the world right now. It outspeeds a modest and adamant Sceptile and Jolteon, but if they're speed boosting, it's useless. I mean, I want to go into this and just spin, right? Iron Defense on Cobalion is only relevant if he's physical Sceptile. Otherwise, it's not relevant at all. So I will just spin because we have our Sash on Ceruledge that I'd like to keep, because if it's like Spec Shadow Ball, we definitely want to have a Sash intact. Not that we even need the Sword Stance, but just so we can punch a little more. He will switch out. We will get a spin, and this will guarantee we're faster than even Scarfers. Jolteon is the switch of choice. So we get a spin up. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen a rapid spin do that much damage? That is Adamant Max Attack Life Orb. Mirror Herb? No, Leftovers. Okay, Leftovers, but minimal bulk, it seems. So yeah, that I mean, that's not very bulky. Jolteon. Shadow Ball should not ever KO, from what I can tell, and E-Speed cleanly KOs him. Do we lose if I let Regieleki go down? We've lost Malamar and we've lost Cincinno. So if I let this go down, Tentacruel gets a lot harder for us to deal with. But I think we always take one. So I am just going to dump an E-Speed, honestly. If we die to the Life Orb and a Spec Shadow Ball, then rip. Then we'll have to say Primarina in the back for Scarf Psychic. So we'll dump an E-Speed. Almost KOs. Pretty sick. He goes for Alluring Voice. We didn't set up. Okay, we live it easily. We have at least 2 Life Orb hits left in us. And yeah, we can just E-Speed again. We could Rapid Spin, but if he switches, I do like the E-Speed. I would love to Volt Switch, predicting something else to come in, but I don't think that's the play. So I am just going to click E-Speed again. It is stronger than Rapid Spin, though, so that makes sense. So we do get the KO here. Regieleki finally doing something. I've had this thing on my team for so long, and it has not been it. So he's got the Sceptile, got the Tentacruel left. Sceptile's the real X factor here. It's set up in some way. What that way is, I'm not positive. If Tentacruel's Rapid Spin, also that makes it a little awkward. Sceptile comes in. It looks sick in this game. I haven't seen Sceptile in a 3D video game in a minute. I really like how it looks on the Switch. I mean, I really do want to save this for Tentacruel. Ceruledge should always beat the Sceptile 1v1. I mean, a Wild Charge is doing half to this guy. That's kind of hard to pass up. Wild Charge does half. Ceruledge KOs it with Bitter Blade. Sceptile doesn't get priority that I'm aware of. Yeah, I think I can't let it set up for free on me. So we'll just dump a Wild Charge. Holy, was that a crit? It looked like a crit. Was not a crit. Wow, okay. Big damage. Oh, I was looking at max health Sceptile. Alright, just went for Earthquake. We KO ourselves, so we steal a KO from Sceptile, which is a little funny. So that was not max health Sceptile. So Ceruledge, double Shadow Sneak definitely KOs. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to use our Cobalion set, which makes me a little bit sad. We'll go into Ceruledge. I mean, I could Swords Dance. Physical move speeds me up, but then we have to play with Poltergeist KOing Tentacruel, which is not great. So I'm just going to Shadow Sneak. Do knock out the Sceptile. We are Sash against the Tentacruel. So we are free to click Poltergeist. Is it going to be enough? This might be something where Shadow Sneak into Psychic into Body Press is the play for the guaranteed win, but we're not going to miss. We don't miss multiple 90% moves in one game. I'm just going to send it. Does Surf, we're Sash, so we live this always. We lived it regardless. And of course, oh, okay, I was gonna say of course we miss, but no, we just hit him with his Expert Belt, which is a cool tech. He lives on 1 Expert EVs, made just to live a Poltergeist from Ceruledge. We hit Shadow Sneak, and I think, yep, we take this game with Ceruledge. What a weird game. I don't normally build teams like this. This was a super offensive team that was just meant to punch holes in everything. And how long was this? Yeah, not even 20 minutes on the recording yet, and we started early. So yeah, super fast-paced game. Just made a team that could just punch through. So yeah, GG's. Never needed to use Primarina or Cobalion. Kind of sad I didn't get to use the Cobalion set, because I feel like it's not every day you get to use Iron Defense, Body Press, Rest Talk. But GG's to my opponent. Really cool prep. Really interested to see more of what you built if you upload. Or see your paste, because I'm curious. I feel like I kind of nullified some of the prep with that Malamar. I think it worked out perfectly. I think the bulk and the attack and everything that put on it just happened to perfectly counter what he brought. And yeah, if we meet again in playoffs, may not get so lucky. But yeah, GG's to my opponent, and we will see you next week.